In this video, we will continue to talk about rendering in VANTAGE, and we're going to do different examples using exteriors, interiors, and a studio set. We're going to focus on these three different scenarios because they are probably the most popular, the most used. So we continue to talk about camera, post-production rendering using the panels on the left, but also we're going to still use some parameters in the lights panel, in the materials, and in the objects. So in the previous video, we set up this exterior scene right here where we placed and assigned the different materials on the different surfaces, and we used this architectural project, and also we imported another 3D for the background. So we used an actual terrain with a castle there in the background to have the outdoor scenario. Now we can also use clay mode again to test our ambient occlusion and the global illumination, and we can see that we are actually using geometries here. This is not a fake background. So in this first part dedicated to render, we're gonna see how we can create a background without using so many modules and geometry. So we're gonna decrease the number of polygons, number of geometries inside our scene, but we're still gonna get a nice look. And we can do this technique, we can use this technique for exteriors as well as for interiors and for studios. So we're gonna use what is called an environment texture, which is a specific texture, a specific image similar to the texture that we use for materials, but in this case, it's used to have, again, a scenario, a surrounding for our scene. So it could be something for outdoor or indoor and for other situations. So this first technique is called image-based lighting. So it's a rendering based on a single image. With this image, which is going to be our environment texture, we will generate lighting, we will generate a background, and also we will have nice reflections for our materials applied to our object. So it's something that is going to create a really realistic rendering with a few steps. It's really popular because it's really simple to use, it's versatile, you can use it for many situations. And it's going to use the environment texture that usually are in HDR format. So we're talking about HDRI, which means high dynamic range images. Now in Polyheaven, the website that we use also to download some 3D models previously in the course, we will find also a section dedicated to HDRIs. And you can see we have many categories here. We have outdoor, we have indoor, and well, basically we have these three types of situation again. We have exterior, we have interiors, and we have a studio setup, which is actually an interior as well, but it's kind of more specific. So you can select the HDR height that you want, you can select the resolution, the format is going to be HDR, and then you click on download. And I suggest you store all the HDRI in one single folder so that you can also change them. You can see here, I already have this one here, which is from the Alps. So I'm just going to use some of the textures that I have already downloaded and stored in my HDRI folder. You can see here we have indoors as well, and we have also a studio section. So basically, the studio will represent what we did with the 3-point lighting, for example, but in this case, we will not use lights. It's not using lights, but we will use the image itself, just the image to create lights in our scene, to lighten up our scene, to illuminate our scene. So this is why image-based lighting, HDRI technique, is really popular and powerful, because it's really easy to use and to apply to our scene. So we're gonna do some examples in these three different scenarios: exterior, interior, and studio. We're gonna start with the interiors and studio, and then later in the video we're gonna see some exterior, but the technique is the same. So right here again, we created a surrounding, and we first started with this architectural model, then we applied the materials on this, and you can see here the model on Sketchfab. This is the name down there, interactive architectural building, and the author also is down there. And this is the Chateau de Bonaguil, which is our background for the previous scene. And also we imported some other design, automotive design. And you can see there how many triangles are there, how many vertices, how many polygons. So every time you bring in something into your scene to be used as a prop, as an asset, as something that is going to enrich your surrounding, is going to create heavier and heavier scenes. So with the HDR high, we try to keep the number of polygons down, try to not to have too many polygons, but still we try to have a nice and realistic look. Now, one last thing about materials, but we're gonna also see some more information later. When the standard material doesn't work, try with triplanar mapping. Triplanar mapping should solve some mapping problems, but the other problems usually are due to the incorrect mapping done on the model. So you can see there, this is a standard, and this is triplanar. You can see the difference. So triplanar looks better than the standard one, which looks too big. So if one doesn't work, try with the other. Try to scale your model in order to be like matching the cosmos assets, the cosmos people and vegetation and vehicles. So try to resize it and then try to reapply the materials and see if that's going to solve the problem. That's another option that you have. Now for the interior, I'm going to use again this one here that I've used in the first lesson of the course. It's called Casper Ehrman Storms Salon, etc., etc. So this is our interior, which is also created like with some scanning technology. You can see the authors there. You can see the triangles, and this is an actual interior. So it's creating like the surrounding for an interior, but we're gonna use also an HDRI later on to simulate an interior without actually using geometries and polygons. Now for this interior, just to finish this up as well, you can also bring in some lights from Chaos Cosmos, because here this is a totally dark environment. It's not going to work unless you bring in some light. So you can see that the Cosmos lights will work perfectly to illuminate this interior. So in this case, we need to have lights, and in a totally dark scene like this, we need a lot of lights because we need to illuminate our scene, otherwise it won't display well. So you can see here I'm starting to increase the intensity, trying to adjust the exposure, and now the scene looks fine. If you remember, this scene didn't look too good when we imported the first time because we didn't have light. So light is paramount when you need to illuminate, especially an interior. Now you can see all that flickering there. That's probably caused by the auto exposure. So turn off the auto exposure, go for the manual exposure, and then we can navigate this interior as well as we navigate an exterior. We can move around and experience this like a walkthrough. And we still see some flickering there. Well, I think that's due to the fact that this one doesn't have like a direct natural source, or well, the environment, the HDRI cannot get inside, so we're gonna have these issues, but it's gonna work fine for static renderings. And again, I'm gonna add another lamp, trying to recreate some 3-point lighting setup that we discussed earlier. So I'm going to change a little bit the colors and the intensity and so on. So try to fill up your interiors with lights, and that's going to solve your global illumination issues. It's going to make the scene look better, as you can see here. Now, another example that we did is with the studio setup that we created in 3D. So I'm just showing you the 3 different scenarios, and then we're going to recreate this